What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with my friend Jake and his Chevy Bolt. Gonna tell us what year is this?
This is a 22. I've had it for almost a year. I love this baby. I'm super excited to have it on the channel because I've been keeping up with your car stuff.
So I watched a few videos on this vehicle, and one of them was saying that this is like a Tesla killer because like it has a lot of the same functions and options as a Tesla, and it's like a cheaper EV or whatever. Oh my gosh. This paint is really cool with all the sparkles.
Yeah, I love this paint. It's so fun.
You know how many different colors this comes in?
Probably 5, I want to say.
That's not
They're pretty boring colors. Like there's like the candy red, I think. This is ice blue, and then there's like the royal looking blue.
Okay.
But then there's just like silver and gray and
yeah,
gold. So 6. There's gold too, I guess.
So what were you looking for when you were purchasing this vehicle? Like, did you do research beforehand, or?
My good buddy Ben, who's like the pickiest person I know, he always switches his phone, his jobs, and his car all the time. And he got the Bolt and like kept it. And he just kept talking about how badass it was. I'm like, what? The Bolt? The one that catches on fire?
I've heard about that.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, this is the most badass car. And so I just looked into it. My parents drove Chevys forever, so I did like Chevy. It's in the blood. The price range worked out. It's got the 1-pedal driving, it's fast, it's got ventilated seats.
Yeah.
I'm not really a car person, so I might seem really dorky, but I love this car. It's super exciting. You're gonna love it.
That was one of my questions. Like, do you call yourself a car enthusiast? Are you more of a tech guy?
I wouldn't. I'm kind of getting it's taking me into cars though. Like my friends are all into cars, and I've kind of been watching them, you know, put like the airbags in the wheels and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I've kind of want to do that to that, so maybe lower it a little bit more. But this is weird. It's a little bit weird to get used to. It's kind of like a what's it called? A Corvette.
Okay.
So if you so you do have to press the brake.
Okay.
Just like you do a normal car. Oh yeah, adjust your seat and everything. I'm sorry. It's like motorized.
Okay. I'm not used to that. I'm used to everything like being manual. Okay.
And then you got your drive is you pull back on these, and your reverse you pull back on it as well. Then these are like buttons. You press that. I've never even pressed neutral before. But I guess that's the neutral button.
Wait, so I press it or I pull it up?
Drive, you're gonna pull it. Boom, now you're in drive.
Okay. Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah. So that's so if you don't like it and you still want the battery regen, there's that little lever right there. You pull that back.
Like push it or
pull it? No, like push it towards you,
okay.
Like a shifter. So that if you hold that, that's your battery regen. And you can combine the two. So you can use what we're doing now, and if you're like coming in too hot and you don't want to press your brake pedal, you can do both of them like that at the same time. And you come in and it works double.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like I forgot about the Chevy Bolt. I feel like not a lot of people talk about the Chevy Bolt. Yeah. And do you have any answers onto why, or do you have a theory about that? They
actually discontinued it like a year after this one, and then they just brought it back. So I think maybe they noticed a big increase in demand or something, and I think the redesign obviously is a if you look at the difference between this version and the previous design, it's night and day. And like even the interior, they had like a new design team.
Yeah.
So I think they really stepped it up. Like
they just reworked it.
Yeah, the inside and out is like completely different. Yeah. And that's for all the new cars that
It's so crazy the braking
right,
thing.
It's convenient. Very convenient. So a lot of EVs don't have them. Well, I can't say that because I'm not sure if the newer ones are. But yeah, it's just annoying to not have that. It's a big seller.
Yeah.
It's so funny that this top speed on this car is 93.
That's crazy.
Right?
It's weird because, like, I don't even feel like I'm going this fast. I feel like I'm going, like, faster than what
it's very smooth.
I'm actually going. Definitely.
But anyways, yeah, so the biggest thing for me, so what made me want an EV in the first place, I didn't mention this, is I rented a Model 3 when I turned. Long story short, I rented a Tesla, and the one pedal driving was the biggest thing.
Okay.
So that's this little button right here.
Okay.
When you can turn it off if you don't like that. Like, my wife doesn't like that.
Yeah.
She doesn't like when you like let off the pedal and it slows down automatically. So that's just a big thing. You'll see in a little bit why it's just so, like, coming to a stop sign and not having to hold the brake pedal.
Okay.
And just in general having all the energy go into back into your like battery instead of into the brake pads.
Yeah.
It's just all that inertia. It's really cool.
It's
smooth.
Like, before even doing anything with that almost sounds like how I just go into neutral and then roll to like a red light.
Yeah, so yeah, like doing an engine brake and stuff too.
Yeah.
Or engine braking. Yeah, exactly. Are you used to the pedal driving already?
I feel like I am, kind of. I mean, I feel like it would take me a little bit more time to like get it down. But like, I'm like, the feeling of it, like, I'm okay
it's
with
cool,
that.
Yeah, it's definitely, it says it's 0 to 60 in 7 seconds, but it's way faster. I think it's like at least 4.
That's crazy.
I got a little timer, but I haven't used it. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Would you ever like think to take this to track to actually get the numbers on this, or?
I want to, yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
You should go to the Immokalee Raceway.
Going to.
They have like a test and tune night. My dad and I went to the test and tune this past Friday, and there was a Tesla there, and it got up to like 120 miles an hour. It was crazy. And like, typically, like, I have to say, like, that's like, EVs aren't my thing, but like, I can appreciate them for what they are, and like the value of them, and like, you know, there is a market around it and stuff.
Yeah, I think the two can be together for sure.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a whole new world of like people that were behind with like mechanics, technicians, engineers, like with gas cars. They're so far behind when it comes to knowing the ins and outs of just the experience, I guess.
Okay.
Having the experience of all those years, like, now everyone's got like a fresh start.
Yeah.
And like, there's like people that can start, you know, battery swapping companies, or like just like, or like have shops that will have like EV friendly signs or something like that.
Yeah. I never even thought about like battery swapping, like that's a thing, and like
it's gonna be a thing for sure. These cars.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, because if you have a better battery or a bigger battery or whatever, like, I would assume that it would help with the.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you can have like I know that when I swap my battery, eventually I'll get more range, but I wonder if I can get more power.
Yeah.
Like, if I could upgrade my power.
I was thinking like maybe that would help with the power. That's crazy.
What's cool is you can all these batteries are recyclable.
Oh,
everyone
true.
forgets that. Like, I think we could reach a point to where we don't have to like mine any lithium if like the tech improves and the recycling improves at the same time. We could reach a point to where like you get like 800-mile range, and like your battery can be recycled like 100%.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Do you feel like for the range, do you feel like you get good range for?
I do.
Your daily life and stuff?
It depends how you drive, really, because you can really max it out. I just drove to Atlanta.
Oh wow.
And it only took like 3 charges.
And did you have to stay there like 30 minutes each, or did you stay a full hour?
Right, and I did it overnight, so I would take little power naps in between.
Okay.
And do like little 3-hour drives. But you could notice a huge difference between like 60 miles an hour and 75. You could get like way more miles out of that. No, the charging is super quick. You almost want it to be longer because you're sitting there napping and you're like, ugh, it's like an alarm. Like, I don't want to go yet.
Right.
It was awesome. I really liked it. I'm gonna do it again.
That's cool.
I have a battery warranty because it's not technically supposed to. Okay, I have a battery replacement due to me, but it's not official yet. They're trying to like just hold off as long as they can.
Yeah.
But they're pretty much tracking my battery, and after a certain amount of time, if it doesn't show any signs of what they're looking for within the cells, I guess, they're not going to swap it, basically. Which is just kind of crappy.
And this is Chevy that's looking into it.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm kind of hoping, and a lot of previous boat owners like got free batteries like 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah.
And they got the newer batteries. So I'm hoping for that. That'd be really cool.
Crazy.
No, I like painted the wheels and stuff and tinted the windows. I never have been in the cars. Like, it's just been I hate spending money into all the different things that could go wrong, and it's just perfect for me. Never having to do anything. Like 7,500 mile service I just did.
Yeah.
And it's rotate the tires.
Yeah.
So I think just like swapping out a battery, the big thing is worth it. It's like you get like a brand new car out of it almost.
That's
it's like rebuilding
cool.
an engine. You just put a new battery in there. I don't know how long the motors last.
I'm not sure.
You're gonna have to find out the hard way.
Have you had any like issues with anything, or like have you found anything to be inconvenient?
That's a good. Oh yes, great question. The rain. It's a it's 2-wheel drive, which is it's great for controlling all your like peel outs and stuff, and just being able to peel out whenever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you'll be going 50 miles an hour, and if you barely give it anything, it'll peel out.
That's crazy.
It's pretty much like driving on ice.
Even if you have like good tires and all that?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of it being heavy, it having small tires, maybe if I put bigger tires on it.
Yeah.
Wider tires or something, wheels. I bought it right before the hurricane. I actually almost lost it.
No way?
Yeah, I got it a month before the hurricane, and I live at Island Park Road, which got flooded 4 feet. All the cars that stayed at Island Park pretty much got ruined. And my wife, like, I gotta thank her because I wanted to stay. Like,
yeah.
I was we had like water come up to our doorstep, so it was terrifying. But we almost lost both of our cars. We ended up leaving like hours before the storm and got out of there. But the only cars that will beat me are like EVs off the line. I mean, obviously any other gas car will beat me in the top end.
Yeah.
But I always say to people like, oh, well, I won in the price.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What has been like the best experience or the best thing about this car in your opinion? My favorite thing is definitely I'm up to 10,000 miles now, and I've charged all of it for free. Besides the road trip. Yeah. Because that wasn't part of my like little network for my free credits. But I've charged 10,000 miles for free. Dang. I'm not gonna say my secret, but let's just say it rhymes with Schmielership. I live next to a couple different places that have ports that are free. Yeah. And I'll put my scooter back here, and whenever I need to charge it, I'll go and charge it and pick it up in the morning. Oh, it's got the wheel package. For $1,200 on your warranty, you get 7 years worth of tires and wheels. Shut up. Yeah, and I've already used it because it was like post-hurricane, all the nails in my tires, I got like 3 tires already. Oh my gosh. And they're like the self-sealing tires too. They're nice ones. So that was a big one too. That's convenient. So you didn't have to pay for the tires that you replaced. Right. And they're like $300 a pop. Right. Tires are expensive. Yeah, and you go through them so fast. There's so many things. So I've saved 4 car payments worth of gas already in oil, which is crazy, right? And I've had the car for not even 12 months, like 11 months. Yeah. So I think it's really gonna pay for itself. They have. And then there was a Chevy Bolt, older model that was in this parking lot earlier. do you think that this is better than that, or is it just a different breed altogether?
I think they're very similar in terms of how they drive and what you get out of it. But yeah, definitely way different inside and out in terms of looks and feel.
Okay. Well, I kind of think that like we're all heading in the directions of EVs.
Yeah.
But do you think that it would completely wipe out like automatic and manual vehicles?
No, I think
we'll all go to that direction?
I think a lot of people will have both. I think the dream is to have like a classic car or just like a supercar, and then I think the EVs are more for like utility.
Okay.
Because diehard car fans are all going to be, I think there's always like the number one, just like video games, is like retro video games, like classic cars. Knowing that you'll be able to start it, like you can idle and not have to worry about flooding your car and like and messing it up. You're not like putting a bunch of wear and tear starting it and stopping it.
Yeah.
Like that's like one of the worst things you can do to your car is like start it, you know? Like that's like a big strain on your car.
Yeah. Another question, do you think that like EVs and electric vehicles are more like family friendly or oriented, or do you think like it's just for anybody?
I think it's for someone who doesn't have time to go to the mechanic all the time.
Okay.
Or doesn't really care about
Just doesn't care about their car.
just doesn't want to have to deal with going to the mechanic all the time and checking their oil and keeping up with that. Just there's already enough to keep up with, like the tires and suspension and like the lights and everything, I guess.
Yeah. That kind
Damage.
That kind of brings up a thought, because I used to have this Chevy Volt and I swapped it with my brother or whatever, and he was saying, because I just had to replace the Cadillac converter on my vehicle, and he was saying, well, if you use like a hybrid or like have an EV, like you won't have to like replace those things as much as you would a regular vehicle.
There are so many things to a combustion engine that you just can like make a list of, and it's non-existent here.
Yeah.
So
this is mainly just a motor and a battery.
You got your motor, your battery, like electricals.
Yeah.
Your buttons and switches, and then your brakes.
Brakes.
Like, which you rarely use because you have the regen braking.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I love this car. I had it for almost a year, like I said, and I love driving it every single time. Like I just get excited when I get to go in it.
That's so great. Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this with me.
Yeah. I'm so excited. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch the vid.
Yeah.
What's up, me?
All right, bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Chevy.
Bye.